drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is Coleman with the ground. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll drop to throw. And the Raiders have got him. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Rams who are out in front as those teams approach halftime. Todd Gurley, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. Finally, let's get to the desert. Check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Marvin Jones, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His guys are out in front as we get you back out to Santa Clara, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume. Play in the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Carr, the completion good. This is Eric Ebron. First target, first catch, and a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Holding offense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time, because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends, because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
False start, offense.
So that'll back them up 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters, as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back to throw here. And this is incomplete.
But there's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
The Niners on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll go with a keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down.
And when all you want to do is keep your drive going, quarterback sneak's a great call, isn't it? Pick it up, get a new set of downs.
And on third down, usually you'd think fourth down quarterback sneak. There, though, it worked on third.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now this time he'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Now it's Penny. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now they'll run it again with Penny. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now Scarborough. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Penny will try to punch it in. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Rashad Penny, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Gold to add the extra point. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard.